Shea's been doing the same thing. It's like he's obviously trying to spirit of these kind of guys in different parts of the order.
Well, I think in terms of the lineup, like you always look to get your best guys up there as many at bats as possible. For us, Nick, he's dynamic because he does both. He has an on base, he takes pitches. So moving him up into the leadoff spot tonight, give him an opportunity to one, obviously, get a heater to hit early, and then be selective enough to get on base. And again, he's in a position there where he's protected against left-handed relievers for the most part. With Lang and Brooke behind him, those three guys have been swinging the bat the best. Tyler's been swinging it pretty good, so gives them the opportunity to get up there most times. Yeah, for Jacob, last start was probably his best, like we talked about. He pounded the strike zone, forced the hitters to swing the bat, and the result was really, really good. So, looking to continue that. Obviously, it's hard to match the performance that he had last outing. But we're hopeful that he can just continue making progress and going out and doing the things that he's done over the last few starts.
Probably the most famous case of a big slugger, left-hander in the majors that leads us is Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah. A lot of talk about Kyle today.
Yeah, well, of course he has about 300 years in the majors, and Nick is really a rookie. But you see a potential that maybe someday he can be like Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah, I think there's that potential. That's a pretty darn good comp, and I'm sure Nick would be pleased to hear that comp. For Schwarber, he's grown as a hitter over time, matured really nicely. The biggest issue I think for Kyle looking back was the left-handed pitching, and he made some adjustments. He talked about those adjustments, and he's seen nothing but success from him since. So, for Nick, the hope obviously is for him to follow in those same kind of trajectories and path that Kyle's gotten to.
Yes, and when we read that very accurate long medical list, we appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, then we don't have to ask too many questions about it.
Well, it's just that the trainers have a very good gauge on, what the programs are going to do and how they are set up. I obviously can translate them for you guys, but with them giving you the information, it makes it a little easier for these scrums to be about baseball and not rehab and things of that nature.
Talking about those translations, according to that list, the most advanced is Mr. Denzel Clark. How soon he could start that rehab that they announced that?
Again, you go after these timelines of when guys are going to go out. It's all based on their progression and how they do day to day. So they're on a good track to resume baseball activity. Both Denzel and Jacob. Jacob had a really good day yesterday, which is really encouraging. Max Kotsay didn't have a really good day yesterday. So there's always variation in terms of the injury and timelines, but I can say that Denzel and Jacob, if things continue to progress day to day, that they're ahead of the curve for the rest of the group.
Last night, both Junior Caminero and Chandler Simpson both reached base 4 times. What's the strategy tonight, starting with Jacob Lopez, to try to keep them off the base pass?
Yeah, obviously, it's, those two did a lot of damage last night. They've been, from Caminero's part, really good over the last 10 days. His 5-10 numbers are really good. He's seen the baseball really well. Simpson, contact guy that, when he doesn't hit it at somebody, he's safe. And he's got that type of speed. He does a lot of damage on the bases, so keeping him off the bases is, I wouldn't say it's not a must, but it would be nice to be able to handle the bottom of the order, because when he sets the table for the top, it generally leads to runs.
Mark, I was talking to Nick last night. We got on the subject of Shea and
Rook, how they kind of set the tone in the clubhouse, and the guys that some of the younger players go to pick their brain. He was talking to Manolo about that, and he mentioned how it's kind of like they've gone from the guys asking the questions to now being the guys who ask. I know it happens in every clubhouse. You've seen it probably many times, but for them specifically, what's it been like as a manager to watch that transition?
No, it's been really nice. You know, like you said, Frichet and Rook have been in the clubhouse. I think it's the longest tenured players, maybe position players in that clubhouse, which says a lot about their maturation and success as well. But from a leadership standpoint, you know, you like to see those type of players take ownership, and I think they've done that in both individual ways and collectively, you know, which is great. They go out and play every day, which is a sign of leadership. It's a sign that, you know, it's one of those just noticeable signs as opposed to a verbal. But like you said, they also have become sounding boards for the younger guys, the first-year guys, guys with less experience in terms of just you know, how to go about preparing for the day, preparing for the game, and dealing with the success and the failures, because both those guys have had ups and downs in their careers.
I don't know if you can teach that, but as a coach, manager, how much of that easier does that make you? Like you say, now the players have a sounding board between you and you.
It definitely helps. It helps, you know, my position. I know that they're sending the right messages, which means that I don't have to spend a ton of time, you know, trying to implement a message, because they are the ones that are kind of leading it and guiding it, and I love the way they go about how they play the game, which is really something that you can have control over, which is what I preach all the time.
Do you remember when that day returned for you, and how you maybe adapted or took to water, took to like a kid to water, and being able to be that soundboard?
Well, for me, I came in with a group of younger players in '98. We were all outside of Cliff Floyd, you know, rookies on a team that was trying to kind of do what these guys have done, and we matured together. And I was traded to the Padres, so I never really had that opportunity per se to be a younger player, kind of helping younger players. Like third year, we were all together. And fourth year, I got sent to the Padres with a lot of veteran guys like Tony Gwynn and Ricky Henderson. So they didn't need any leadership on their team. I just needed to go out and do my role. But watching it over the years from other players, it can take time. It does take time to feel like you've accomplished enough in the clubhouse and in the game to be able to communicate and share, you know, how you've had that success really.
So did Strom after his 3-run homer last night. How do you see his growth on the mental side of the game as well as performance-wise?
Tyler's a guy that's really hard on himself. Tyler could go 3 for 3, line out the fourth at bat, and have emotion like nobody's seen. I love that though. There's a drive inside of Tyler that motivates him, and for a younger player that's had success to obviously want more, you can see that he wants more. Those are all great signs. He's not ever satisfied with how he goes out and performs. I think everybody needs to have that type of mentality, and for Tyler, he's come a long way from the first day he put on a major league uniform to where he's at now.
Yeah, he went from catcher to first base to left field. If this is final destination, you have a third base on mind.
I don't like to put anything in finality, right? Like Tyler's an athlete, and I think that the growth we've seen in left field definitely leads us to believe he can play there every day and be an impact left fielder. The offense is there, which supports that, you know, kind of, if we want to call, traditional aspect of the lineup where you need power from, you know, your outfield and your corner guys. But it's just been nice to watch Tyler's growth.
Thanks, Kots.
Appreciate it.